We are a people carved from resilience. We are not strangers to struggle. We are the sons and daughters of those who stood before the storms and refused to bow. I have seen the scars on your hands from the tools of labor. I have heard the hunger in your voices when you speak of the future. I have felt the weight of your hopes placed on my shoulders. And I have sworn, before God and before the spirit of this land, that I will not betray those hopes. For too long, the world has looked at Africa as if she were a market to be bargained over, a treasure chest to be looted, a helpless child to be saved by the very thieves who robbed her. They have written our history with their pens, edited our truths with their lies, and sold the world an image of us bent, broken, and begging. But look around you. Do you see a begging people? I do not. I see the fire in the eyes of our youth. I see the strength in the backs of our farmers. I see the wisdom in the faces of our elders. I see a nation that has been underestimated for far too long. They told us we are poor, yet they dig our gold. They told us we are weak, yet they fear our unity. They told us we need them, yet they cannot survive without the resources beneath our feet. The truth is, brothers and sisters, Africa has never been poor. She has been stolen from, and what is stolen can be reclaimed. I know the path ahead will not be easy. It still presses on our necks through debt, through false treaties, through puppet leaders who bow to foreign masters instead of their own people. This is why we must awaken, not in anger alone, but in discipline, in clarity, in unity. I do not call upon you to rise with weapons before you rise with wisdom. A revolution without vision is a storm that destroys without planting. But a revolution with vision is the rain that washes away the old rot and gives birth to a new harvest. Our harvest will be dignity. Our harvest will be sovereignty. Our harvest will be the freedom to decide our own future. Look at the faces of our children. Do you want them to inherit the same chains our fathers wore? Do you want them to grow up thinking their land is worthless unless approved by a foreign power? No. We will not pass down the language of submission. We will pass down the courage of resistance. We will pass down the pride of standing tall in our own skin, on our own soil. The youth of this nation are not a ticking time bomb of despair. They are the beating drum of our future. But drums must be played in rhythm. We must give them education rooted in our reality, not in the illusions of a world that profits from our ignorance. We must give them work that builds the nation, not work that drains their souls for the enrichment of foreign corporations. I have heard the whispers that say, Africa cannot unite. To those whispers, I say lies have short legs. They cannot run forever. When we stand shoulder to shoulder, not as tribes, not as separate nations, but as one people, one vision, one destiny, no force on earth can break us. The chains that bound us were forged by dividing us. The key to our liberation is in our unity. I tell you, brothers and sisters, sovereignty is not something that is handed to you politely. It is something you must claim. It is not enough to change a flag or an anthem if the mines still belong to foreigners, if the banks still bleed us dry, if our leaders still take orders from distant capitals. Real independence means that the bread baked in our ovens feeds our children first. Real independence means that the gold from our soil builds our schools, not their skyscrapers. Real independence means that when we speak on the world stage, we speak in our own voice, not in the echo of someone else's script. I have no illusions. They will come for us. They will use every weapon they have: sanctions, propaganda, bribery, threats, even the shadow of war. They will call us extremists for demanding what is rightfully ours. They will call us naïve for believing in unity. They will try to paint our struggle as chaos to make the world fear the sight of a free Africa. But we are not chaos. We are the storm that clears the sky. And when they come, we will not scatter. We will stand. Our strength will be in our refusal to kneel. Our defense will be in the millions of voices that say enough. We will speak in the language they cannot silence, the language of action. We will build our own roads, even if they laugh. We will grow our own food, even if they mock. We will light our own cities, even if they try to plunge us into darkness. I do not stand here to promise you a paradise tomorrow. I stand here to promise you a fight today, and every day, until our children can live with their heads unbowed. And I promise you this fight will not be fought in secret chambers, but in the open, where every citizen can see, speak, and shape the future. I call on our farmers, let your harvests feed our people first. I call on our soldiers, let your loyalty be to the soil you stand on, not to the pockets of those who pay in foreign currency. I call on our workers, know that the sweat from your brow is the ink that will write the next chapter of our history. I call on our women, you are the backbone of this nation, stand with us, lead with us, build with us. I call on our youth, your time is not tomorrow, your time is now. And to the world I say this Africa is not for sale. Her rivers are not for auction. Her skies are not for rent. Her people are not commodities. We will trade with dignity, we will cooperate with respect, but we will no longer be anyone's property. The day will come when the world will have no choice but to deal with Africa as an equal. And when that day comes, we will sit at the table not as beggars, but as brothers and sisters among equals, with the sun of freedom lighting our faces. Until that day, we will work, we will resist, we will rise. Because the wind still carries the stories of our ancestors, and they are watching to see if we will finish what they began. I say to them, and to all of you, we will. We will finish it. We will reclaim what is ours. We will stand unbroken. And when history writes of this generation, let it say, here were a people who refused to kneel. Here were a people who rose like lions. And here were a people who made Africa free.